Hi guys, Paul here from PABrewNews. Last beer of the day, today. Well, at least for streaming wise, but you know, have to have some proper beer when I eat. So. But this will be the last beer for the review today. This is Exorcism at Sunset by Clown Shoes Brewing Company. I think they're a mercenary brewing company from Massachusetts. It's what they brew with. I don't know. There's lots of things that happened since I did the Clown Shoes beer. Ipswich, Massachusetts. Oh, actually, they got their own place now, apparently. Beautiful. Brewed and bottled by Clown Shoes Beer, Ipswich, Massachusetts. ClownShoesBeer.com. 12.5 alcohol by volume, so at least it's session strength. Good. And this is what the label art looks like. They always do really interesting, fantastical label art. They've always done that. Listening to the Tenebrae soundtrack right now. Krakatoa. Got this one from Waxwork Records. Ooh, label out, folks. Let's the glug glug happen. This is glugging out beautifully. Let's go. Ooh, invigorate the head. Invigorate it. All right, so there we go. Clown Shoes. Tap tap. Black as pitch, black as night, blacker than even my soul that doesn't exist. Very excellent. Brown, nice little tan, khaki colored head on there. Big, huge, wafting sheets of alcohol from that 12.7%. Actually sticking, nice little lacing already happening. Beautiful stuff right there. Let's get an aroma on this one. Cheers. There's some earthy, there's a lot of earthy tones coming up. Char, smoke, spiciness, caramel, peppery bourbon. A little bit of a tart cherry, just a hint of it. A little raisin too, roasty toasty. Beautiful baker's chocolate coming up now too. Let's get into it. Cheers. It's a bit thin. It's a bit thin. Lower side of the full body, tapering that, tickling the balls of that with that high side of a medium body, just in that little area. Right now, it's actually not that bombastic. It's actually more just subtle, low key. I don't know when they brewed this. I'm assuming this is a newer one. I don't know. I had the Exorcist, but that was a different kind of brew in general. But that might be what they put in this bottle, because it reminds me of that little bit of like a black IPA kind of a style. I don't know. I'm not sure if the Exorcist was a black IPA or an Imperial Stout. The Exorcist might have been one of those really thin, hopped up Imperial Stouts that I was like, you know, that kind of weird black IPA style. And I think that's what this base might be, which would make sense. Exorcism at Sunset, but it's still a bit thin. It's still a bit thin. The more I drink it too, that second sip too, it actually took it down to that high side of a medium mouthfeel. So definitely thin on that one. That's it makes more sense too, because the first thing I got was like a floralness and a very peppery, like dying hop kind of character. And then, of course, the rest of that caramel peppery bourbon came up, and those things, those tonalities. I got it all, but at first that was really earthy at first. Yeah, unfortunately, it's thin. It's very easy drinking. It's very approachable. 12.7%. Very, very easy drinking. It's a little lackluster. Nice little caramel peppery bourbon tones, a little bit of baker's chocolate wafting around the palate. Nice little creamy, roasty, toasty hints. You know, it's definitely not a bad beer. Definitely not a bad beer. I should have probably picked up the Very Angry Beast instead. There was another bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout called Very Angry Beast. I just thought the name was cooler on this one. Probably should have picked that one up. Tenebrae has the best theme for any slasher. But yes, this one is very approachable, very peppery, very earthy, little hints of floral tones right on the palate. Again, a bright caramel, peppery bourbon kind of wafting through. A little bit of something that reminds me of nutty coffee, just a little hint of nutty coffee around there. There was something that was wafting through there, just a hint of it, like a star anise or a mint. Just subtle though, just like a little bit of play on the teeth kind of thing. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking it's the Exorcist, that kind of almost black IPA style Imperial stuff. I think it was an Imperial stuff they had that they put in bourbon barrels. Educated guess, you know what I mean? Probably an obvious guess. I mean, it goes down like a dream, don't get me wrong. It's light, it's very thin, it's light, nothing is too abrasive. Even the bourbon is not too in your face. Everything's kind of subdued. It's definitely not a booze bomb, nothing like that. So definitely approachable, definitely enjoyable. Something that you can just drink and be like, oh, that's good. But at the same time, you're not going to expect, you're not going to get bombarded by flavors where you can't talk about other things and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's good for what it is. It's just not to the pinnacles of other bourbon barrel aged imperial stouts, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it's a nice drink. I've had way better though. I mean, tons better. So, but at the same time, I'm not liking it. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. I wouldn't pay $16 a bottle again for this one. I would pay $10 a bottle, but not 16. So I'm a little pissed off about that. I should have got the Very Angry Beast. But hey, hindsight's 20/20. So right now, for the price I paid, for what I'm getting out of this, I'm gonna give this one an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 for Clown Shoes Exorcism at Sunset. There are way many different varieties of bourbon barrel aged imperial stouts that are better than this one, but at the same time, it's not a bad beer. It's above standard. It's definitely enjoyable. If you can find it for a better price, or you can get someone else to buy it for you, even better. Definitely enjoy it then. But this has been Paul for PABrewNews. Cheers.